Oh, wait a minute. Let me go get my boot.
Keep it close. Keep it
I gotta
close.
go get my boots.
All right.
Intro coming up. Uh-oh, wait. Why is it not intro coming up in three, two, one?
It's my perspective. Yeah, from my perspective. It's my perspective. Yeah, yo, am I wrong or is it just you? Or did my life show me some things that gave me my view? And if I went through what you went through, would I be you? I don't know. That's too many questions with no answer, but plenty chances for many lessons. Am I willing to learn that it's all perception? That the picture that I paint ain't the one that you sketching? So can we disagree without drawing a weapon? Long as I can understand that it's just your perspective. Yeah, it's my perspective. Yeah, from my perspective.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of My Perspective Friday. How's everybody doing?
And another one.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So everybody knows what February is known for, right?
Black History Month.
What else is it known for that happened this week?
President's Day.
That's not yet. That hasn't occurred yet. You're a little too far away. Where are you going?
February de Mayo.
Amazing.
My godchild's birthday. No.
Yes. They call it the month of love, the
Oh,
Lover's
God.
Day. So we're going to talk about Valentine's Day. You know, people like it. Some people hate it. Some people love it. Some people, whatever. So we want to talk about the good, the bad, and maybe some ugly things about Valentine's Day and what you think about it.
Hey,
What you've done.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Don't be calling people's Valentines ugly.
Hey, it is what it is. What you
He's
like is what
already
you
started.
like. Ain't got
All
nothing to do with me,
now
right?
look out.
Well, we're gonna start already, huh?
So let's talk about the good. Let's talk about the good first, right? Anybody got some? How you feeling about? Let's ask this.
Oh,
How
the
you
way
feel about Valentine's Day? Hold it. Let's start with you. How you feel about Valentine's Day?
I how I feel about it. It's wonderful. I think it's great, but
Why I feel like you lying to us right now?
I'm not lying about this.
Okay.
I think right now I'm not more in tune to it because I'm not like in a relationship and more I'm single and stuff. So it's like
You hear that, ladies? He's in New York. He's single.
it's more like keeping to your family and like your friends and stuff doing it. So it's a lot different for me. But I feel like if I was in a relationship or if I was married and stuff, it would be a lot different.
Okay.
So, but yeah, if I was gonna do the whole Shazam, I was gonna get the whole roses, the couple strawberries, and send chocolate and stuff. So the whole night stuff.
Okay. So you got a little gentle, nice, romantic soul and heart up in there for that day. I see
Yeah,
it.
typical.
Okay.
Stereotypical.
Of course.
Valentine's
Miss
crap.
Lynn, how you feel about Valentine's Day?
Well, I saw a very interesting social media post this past week.
Uh-oh.
I had to go there, and it said, "Can't," and it basically referenced, "Can't wait for Valentine's Day to get the 15% discount off of the candy the day on
The day of.
the day of or whatever." And I was like, I hate to say it, but for so long, and again, I'm single. It's cute and all of that, but it's been too much red, too much candy, too much sugar, too many expectations, too many, too many expectations, too many disappointments,
Ah,
whatever. It's another day,
another day. Another day in the neighborhood. Okay. I
another
feel
day
you.
in the neighborhood.
I feel
Now,
you.
I might just be one of those that's like, look, I ain't got nothing, so
I don't care. Nobody's here, so
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't,
Right.
nobody, I get the cute happy Valentines, Galentines,
Okay.
all of that kind of stuff. I got the love thing for
For your
people.
peeps. All
Yeah,
right. I feel
but
you. I feel you. All right, Keone, how you feel? Lord, I'm
Bah,
scared to
humbug.
even ask. But how you
What?
feel about that day?
Ah, eh, I don't have a strong feeling either way. The different types of people around the day are more interesting than the actual day itself. Because when I
Hmm.
was married, Valentine's Day wasn't a big day because I was one of those people I did stuff all the time. So
Right.
it was just like, hey, Valentine's Day, yay! But it's just watching people talk to people and act like they should spend Valentine's Day the way they do. So you have so many different people. You have your
Mm.
married people who no longer are intimate all the time. So it's like, well, all right, it's a day that I can get some intimacy in. Then you got your people that are single, but then your people who are single and bitter who are like, it's
Mm-hmm.
a day to love myself. I don't need to love nobody. I'm like, okay. Um, so it's just watching the reaction of different people
Uh-huh.
during this time is hilarious to me. I don't really care too much for the commercialized holidays,
Mm-hmm.
so this one's like, but I'm also a person that's not like poo pooing people who celebrate it because I've
Not
celebrated.
poo-poo.
Um, you have the people. I took myself to the movies. I'm like, okay, I understand how wonderful and great that was, but you can't tell me it's even better when you go to the movies with somebody that you're actually are in love with. Okay.
It's funny you say that because I think this year was the year of self love. Valentine's Day is more about loving yourself this year. They made that kind of a big thing this year.
Mhm.
So I guess a lot of people fell into that. Of I'm going to the movies by myself. I'm gonna date myself this year, and then it could be just hey, the single life is what it is right now in this day and age. A lot of people are just
yep,
not coupled up. You know,
right.
That's not
Larry,
a
how you?
bad, yeah, but people say that like it's a bad thing, and I always
It's
say
not
this. Well,
right.
because back in the day, you got in relationships just to get people don't like. I always talk about the younger people evolve us, right? Younger people don't date just to date anymore. They don't date just to date. Like
Hmm.
date just because they don't want to be alone. And I think a lot of people don't know the difference between being alone and being lonely.
Right.
Mhm.
True.
It's two different things. And if
Absolutely.
you have a friend that makes you that happy, but you're not actually dating and everything is good, then who cares? If
Right.
once you're in it, then you're in it.
You're in it.
But
All right, I can take that. All right, Larry, I'm ready. How you feel
you
about
see how his
Valentine's
shirt's
Day?
messed up. He just had Valentine's Day again today.
Oh,
Larry,
good.
Right.
he a little balmy, got the shirt all discombobulated. We know what
Yeah,
Larry
well,
was doing.
I was actually at work until a few minutes ago. So
That's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with hard work.
now, I mean, personally, I don't really care about Valentine's Day like Keone. I'm not into the commercialized holidays. I don't look at it as a holiday. But on the other hand, I always get the wife a card, flowers, and maybe some candy.
You don't
But
celebrate it, but you know better.
quit buying the gifts a long time ago. But I always make sure she has a card and some flowers at least.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
know that's probably hard for y'all to believe because I can be sensitive.
Oh, you can
Larry,
be. Okay. Ain't no wrong with it. Nothing wrong
Larry,
with it.
I can believe that you're a guy who's brought a lot of flowers over your tenure. A lot of I'm
Well,
sorry flowers have been
yeah, yeah.
purchased by
Well,
Larry.
Nah,
there,
I'm sorry.
there has been a couple of those, but no, I make sure she has something every Valentine's Day, and
Nice.
but like all the other holidays that are commercialized, I wish we could just do without them.
Except
Okay.
for Christmas. I'm sorry. I want that one.
Oh, you do like Christmas?
I
Okay.
get presents.
Don't
Easy,
generalize that one, right?
Yes, but we don't
easy.
even do Christmas until December. We don't do it in July.
Oh, well, yeah. Christmas
I
in
mean,
July is a thing.
yeah, I mean they start so early, but
I get it. So
But now,
I
but you
believe
know what?
Larry is the only. Hold on one second, Miss Larry. I
I'm
think
sorry.
Larry, you're the only person that's coupled up that's on here, right? Anybody else coupled up? I know Holden said single life. Anybody else? So Larry, okay. All
yeah,
right.
I am coupled up. Yes.
I
Okay.
have 4 situationships.
Oh, situationships. Yes. Okay. So it's all about if you got every situationship had a Valentine's greeting.
Okay, I'm gonna edit that
Notice I
out.
said greeting, nothing else.
I'm gonna edit that out.
Nah, they already know
You're like
now.
that soccer player. I want to
Wait,
thank my wife and my girlfriend. I mean, my wife.
wait till we get to the question of what did you do for
Right,
Valentine's
right.
Day. And then I'm
Miss
gonna
Lynn, you was gonna say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, the unfortunate part, especially, and I'm not sure what age demographic this is, but when one looks at the commercialization and decides, your man, your spouse, your mate, your partner, whatever, didn't do what you wanted them to do on Valentine's Day, why you gonna turn around and why put so much on what somebody does on Valentine's Day? What about what they do the other 364 days of the
All
year?
year round, right?
You know, I mean, you gonna be upset. He don't get none. You gonna take this away. You go, cause you didn't get that bracelet you wanted, or taking the dinner, whatever. You
to be
know,
fair, that could also be a person that has forgotten birthdays, anniversaries. So it might be a stacked up
Everything.
thing.
Right,
Might
right,
be a stacked up thing, you know?
right. They say certain holidays you're not supposed to forget about, but who says that's the rule of thumb? My when it comes to Valentine's Day, I'm like a lot of people. If you're doing for me the whole year round, I don't care. It's another day. It's not about that one day. If that's that only one day, it is what it is. But hey, some people got a side piece, so they celebrate it on the 15th.
Larry was smart because I had a friend. I was like, what are you getting your wife for Valentine's Day?" She said, "We're not doing it this year. We've been doing a lot of other stuff." I said, "You gonna fall for that?" What you mean? I was like, "You better get a Valentine's Day gift." Tell me why he got home. She had a Valentine's gift right for him. He said he forgot something at work. Had to go get something. I'm like, you
So
big
he
dummy.
didn't follow your advice, is
Yeah,
what you said.
don't fall for that. Look, guys out there, if your wife or fiance or girlfriend says we don't have to do Valentine's Day, surprise her with something anyway. She's not gonna feel awful that you didn't get anything because that's normal. Now, if your girlfriend gets you something, you're gonna feel awful that you didn't get her something, even though you said we're not doing it. It never works both ways. So
Mm,
get something regardless.
regardless.
Well,
Okay.
one time I completely agree with you, Keone.
Oh, thank God. Well, that's the only time.
Yes.
Hey, which is
Hey,
good. All the other times, I'm gonna let you be you.
all right, all right.
So for some people, when it comes to Valentine's Day, like I think somebody mentioned, it's the time that they want to be forgiven for everything they've done in the years past.
It's not Forgiveness Day.
But some people feel that way. It's like, oh, I'll get something really big, do something really big, and they'll forget about everything I've done that wasn't so great in
You
the
gonna cheat
past.
on her in a week?
Well, it don't work that way.
It sure doesn't.
No, you get her a good gift, and 3 days later, it's all forgotten.
Larry speaking.
Just begin
That sounded like that came from here.
That's experience there. That's
yeah, yeah,
experience.
that
Well,
falls
that's
in
why.
line with the flowers. Okay,
Well, that's why I said we
fell
don't
in
do
line with
gifts
the
anymore, but I'll
flowers.
do flowers and a card. Yeah,
Right,
Hmm.
that
I
fell
do do
right in
that.
line with the flowers.
How
Yeah.
do you feel about Cupid? Do you feel like Cupid, the people start doing the love thing a little more when it gets closer to Valentine's Day?
It's a
I,
facade.
I believe they feel they have to,
Yeah,
but I just never. Well, Valentine's Day was just never, a big day, and you know, it, I don't believe it ever will be. But
I do like the day for this instant. Yeah, we now I said I didn't put a lot of onus on Valentine's Day. It wasn't like this 2 month or 2 week long. It's coming up. It's coming up. I would always do
Hmm.
something,
Right.
of course, for the person that I was with, or the person that I love, or someone who's close to whoever's closest to me at that time, right?
Hmm.
But I will do something because it's any day that gives you an excuse to do something nice for somebody is great. And what I mean I'm
Right.
not into the commercialization is I'm not out here spending money on a whole bunch of hearts and candies and all of that, but I will do something nice or something that I think is sweet to make that person feel special. It can be a reminder to someone that they're special. Now, if you're not married or dating someone, and you that's what Valentine's Day really was when we were growing up, right? When you were in school, you were saying, "Who's going to give me a Valentine?" Right?
Right.
Or who am I
My
going to get
Valentine's,
a
yeah.
Valentine? But so it's kind of that same way as an adult. Who does not know I'm going to get them something, and you get them something special Valentine's, and you see them light up, and it's kind of a good feeling. So any reason to have a good feeling is okay with me.
And they've taken that out of schools now. It
What?
used to be a big thing when I was in school where they had one class set to the side to get all the deliveries in from all the students who got their sweetheart something. Now they have taken that out.
Well, they took it out because they got mad because a boy gave another boy a Valentine, so they took it out. We can't have progression in this country.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. But yeah,
Didn't know
we
that.
can remember buying, the little
That
sweetheart
wasn't a fact.
candies with a message on them that
Mm-hmm.
you would pick and give the message
It's
to.
about the little sweet tart thingies.
Well, they weren't. They were Brock's
Oh,
sweetheart
okay, got
something
you.
or
The
other.
box.
First
Yeah.
But
kisses.
they were in the shape of hearts with little
Uh-huh.
messages. I love you.
Right.
Be mine. That kind of stuff. And the kids would buy little boxes of candy and give them to their little special friends and
Yeah,
all
they
of
still
that.
do that in elementary school. You
Right.
got to give everybody a Valentine's. You can't, can't be selective.
Right.
If you don't, you can't get just one person. You have to get everybody in the class. So I remember those days sitting at the table going through all this list of students for a candy bag or something to give to everybody.
I agree
Right.
with that. I do agree
Hmm.
with that
I
because
do.
that's
I
kind of
absolutely.
hard in the third grade if you just leave it up to the kids and everybody gets a Valentine's and you have that one kid just sitting at their desk and
Hmm.
they have nothing. That could be
Yes,
traumatizing and kind of
Yeah.
deflating. It's almost the same as being the last person kicked on when you're
picked on the
playing
team.
like pickup basketball and you're like, well, we've got somebody's got to pick them, so here you go.
Right. And they cut that stuff out once you get to middle school, but elementary school, they do it through there. And I think it's such a cute thing.
Well, we
So,
got to get you indoctrinated early.
that part, that part. So, what? So, everybody's been in a relationship before, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes, some
So,
of us
what is
more than others.
so much more than others, right? So, what is a memory, one of the best memories of Valentine's Day that you can recall? Anybody have a good Valentine's Day? I hate to say if it was the best one, so Larry, make sure if you say the best one, it's the one you're with. But anywho,
Yeah, I was going to say that was what, 3 days ago?
I don't want to get you in trouble or nothing,
Oh,
so you
Oh,
know, make
no, the
sure you think
flowers
of
are
a
still
story
good, so
now.
it was recent.
Yeah, yeah, somewhere in the time frame. So let's start
Yeah.
with Keone with this one. What's one of the best Valentine's days that you can recall and why?
Um. Oh, did I tell you guys what this sound means?
We have a comment.
Yay!
All right, Gregory Jules, they should do a Valentine's for adults too.
They,
Ooh,
they do that.
um,
It's called Adam and Eve.
I was
Um.
about to say which type of adulting you're talking about.
Yeah,
How
although
far
I
you
hate
want to
to
go with that?
correct me, but maybe talking about a swinging party. I don't know. Um. You said what was my favorite Valentine's or most
Yes,
memorable?
most
I
memorable favorite.
I can tell you three. This year, 3 years ago, and about 7 years ago, when you get a Valentine's Day gift for someone, when you get them something and you can't afford to,
mm,
Hmm. Okay, so
it's more
what did
special.
you?
Like, the parts of my life where I was rolling in the money pin, that's an
Hmm.
easy Valentine's Day. You
Right.
know, you just go get something nice or a little expensive and they love it and blah, 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 blah. But I remember the days of like scraping pennies and getting somebody something.
Hmm.
Those were always more special looking back on them than when it's just like, hey, I can afford it. Here's something
mm.
nice.
Okay, so what did you do? What happened to make it? Give us some more details besides the fact that I had to
I
scrape it
just
up and
didn't
make it
have no
on.
money and I bought a gift.
You are so. Oh
I
my.
ain't had no money, and I went and I found a way to get. gifts. And I remember about 7 years ago, because when you first, no, wow, time is passing. It's more than 7 years ago. It was 2007. When you just get married and have weddings and honeymoons and all that, you ain't got no money. So Valentine's Day came up, and I remember getting this box that wasn't this big, and when my wife opened it, I forgot what they call it. When you have boxes inside of boxes inside of boxes.
Right.
Yeah, I
But
know what
instead
you're
of
talking
doing that trick, each box had a gift in it.
Mm.
about. Okay, that was nice.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, did you get to a point where she was like, hold on, wait, wait, you got some more. Hold on, wait, you got to open that one too."
When she finished, she was like, "Okay, I got all the small gifts. Is there a car outside with a ribbon on it?" No,
For real?
she didn't do that. But I say that because someone who will watch this, which is one of my friends, bought his fiance a car, a brand new car, and she was extremely annoyed because it wasn't in her favorite color.
Oh Lord. Uh, I mean,
Ungrateful,
what do you do for something like that?
unappreciative. I just
What do you do for something like that? Nothing,
take it back.
because you knew who she was when you put the ring on her finger.
Or you
Well,
could
see
have had
that.
some conversations about what color she liked, but it's
Well, that's the.
supposed to come from here. That's what the
Well, that
process is.
that's
That's the
about the time
purpose.
to take the ring back.
My favorite color is blue, but if you're gonna buy me a damn brand new car in green, I don't give a bleep.
Right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's the thought that you even bought it. It shouldn't even matter. Be appreciative. All right. Lynn, what's a memorable Valentine's Day? We got another comment. Gotta double check the color. Exactly. But sometimes your
Right.
favorite color you may not want in a car. So you
Right.
got to have some conversations. But like I said, if someone's going to buy you a car, you didn't pay for it. Why does it matter, right?
Well, and on that note, we don't know what the deal was to get the car. So, that might have been the best deal the person could work out in order to get a car.
So you talking about
Sometimes,
that was that Valentine's Day was used for forgiveness day. Is that what you're trying to say?
whatever, but the bottom line is a car was given to you.
Mm-hmm.
Child.
Not
Yeah.
used.
Right,
Not used.
right,
7 miles on it.
right. From the dealer to you. Right.
Nothing said. Thank you, baby, and let's go hop in the back seat.
Okay.
No, that couldn't have happened because since she didn't want the car, it went to his daughter.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Oh,
I know that's a story.
I'm
Ooh.
sure that's I'm
Well,
sure
the ending
that's
of the story is they didn't get married.
I was gonna say, I'm sure that story continues.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely. As the world turns.
right. I'm sure there was more to that
I'm more of a
story.
bold and a beautiful type person.
Bold and beautiful type person. Okay, General Hospital. All right, Miss Lynn, what's a memorable favorite that you can recall?
Well, I am never one. I'll be honest with you. I am not one that has memories based on the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's I can tell you a memory, but I can't tell you whether it was actually Valentine's Day or not. You
Okay.
know.
Where is this?
Um but well, because there are things that when a loved one does something out of the ordinary for you and you just go, wow. And then that particular thing later becomes kind of one of my things. My husband gave me a pair of red cowboy boots, and I think it was Valentine's Day.
Okay.
But it wasn't, in our relationship, it wasn't about cards. It wasn't about, I wasn't going to come home and see pink hearts cut out around the house or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
My husband would just walk in and go, "Here, baby, love you," and then hand me the gift and
Oh.
go, "What you think?" Well, it actually turns out that pair of cowboy boots prompted me to fall in love with cowboy boots. So now I
That's not where I
buy
thought this was
boots when I
going.
can. Hmm.
That is not where I thought this was going. When
He
I
was looking for
first heard
something juicy.
red cowboy boots, I was like,
He was looking for something juicy.
I
I
didn't
thought we were
say.
having a Larry backyard moment.
Right, right,
Hold
right,
up,
right.
hold up now. We didn't talk about the thank you for the boots.
Oh,
Right, them boots was on all night long.
ooh.
Them boots might have been on all night long.
We didn't talk
Oh.
about the thank you for the
Listen, when
boots.
that thank you was done, all you heard was this.
Heard more than that.
I said when it was done.
I think if I'd heard more than that, but that'll work
Not
for
when it's
now.
over. When it's over, it's time to go sleep. What you hearing?
I can't. I can't with you. I can't with you.
We
But that's
already
nice. I
had,
love it. You still wear
we
those
already
boots?
have.
You still wear those boots, Lynn?
I lost those boots in a fire,
Oh.
Good job, Cynthia.
but I still continue to collect and buy
Oh,
cowboy boots.
nice.
You have plenty of pictures with them, I'm pretty sure.
Uh, we're getting there. I just got a new pair while I was in Houston, so what can I tell
Okay.
you?
Nice. It went right over. Yeah, it went right over. No, I'm saying you got a picture with you in those red boots since you don't have them anymore.
No, I
No.
don't.
Oh.
No, that would have been more than 20 some odd years ago.
Okay. Okay. Nice. I love it. Holden, you what's something that's memorable or favorite Valentine's that you can recall?
It's gonna be. I went to a Yankees game. No, wait, baseball's not in February, so never mind.
A hockey game. No.
Maybe hockey.
No, no,
I
no,
had a hot dog with sauerkraut on Park Avenue. No, go ahead, Holden.
no. No, I do remember just like when the Giants during my college years, when the Giants went to the Super Bowl against the Patriots for the second time. Um,
Throw that in there.
um, but no, I just remember just like always just doing stuff in college with like friends and close friends, and when I was home, just doing stuff with family and stuff. So I don't. I think for like holiday and stuff with like friends and family, I've always it's always important to like whether it is the get the chocolates, the flowers, the generic stuff, but you got like everybody else is saying, like you got to do it, no matter if they say no, don't do it, or just it's a nice gesture. It's nice to extend yourself and go the extra mile, and it really when people are looking back from this 5 or 10 years from now, when your guys are down the road and stuff, that's what people always say. He went the extra mile to do these things all the time. So I'd rather be remembered for those times. So I always try, whether it's something small like Larry, do the cards and the roses and stuff. You got to do something smaller to if you want to go as big as you can because you have the loot in your pocket. Go ahead, but got to do something.
Also
Okay.
depends on how attractive they are.
Ooh. No,
Oh,
you
wait, that
didn't.
cancels out what you said. The beauty is in the eye with the beholder.
I'm
Then.
saying. He said
Yeah, but
he
some people are part blind. Funny story time. I remember I was hanging out with a bunch of women. It was like 3 years ago, and one of the girls. I'm gonna say her name. I won't say her name.
Please
Tiffany.
don't.
Tiffany
Please
Bledsoe.
don't.
So Tiffany was asked, "What are you doing for Valentine's Day?" Tiffany's white. She said, "I'm gonna have sex with a black guy." Right? And everybody looked, and she said, and one of the girls said, "You've never had sex with a black guy?" She's like, "No." Well, there was this one black guy I was gonna have sex with, but he had a little thingaling, so I didn't want to waste my one time having sex with a black guy on him. And I'm just sitting here, like,
Whoa.
what is going on?
That's not what I was expecting.
I was, hey, but that's a smart girl. Don't waste it on.
No,
I was
don't waste it.
dying. I
I
was
agree.
dying so
Well,
hard.
I can say I
see,
agree.
how did she know?
How does she know what?
What the size is
Well,
gonna
what did
be.
we talk about last week? You sent it to her.
Ah, all right, all right.
Sent her a picture.
We
That
She
took
was
said, "Is it cold? Is it
Gotcha.
cold outside?" Um,
Or just got out of the pool.
let's get out of the pool.
Oh my God, that's
Okay, where we
horrible.
going? Where are we going,
I
Kiyomi?
know. Oh,
Oh, we already went. That
all
story's
right,
over.
Larry. That's all right. Larry, what's a favorite Valentine's you can recall or memory?
Well, I kind of agree with Keone a little bit of what he said. I think the better ones, in all honesty, was when you had the least. You made the most of what you had with the little bit that you did have.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Right.
Hopefully over the years things improve, but I think the most memorable one is always the last one.
I thought you were saying I agree with Keone. Don't waste your black guy sex on a guy with a small.
Oh
With
my
Well,
small.
see,
How did it
That
go?
part too.
That
Right.
there, yeah, that part.
That
Okay,
part. Right. Okay.
awesome. So what I'm starting to see since here
Wait,
is
Tequila, you
maybe
just gonna let that slide? How you said the best Valentine's is the last one?
the last.
You just
That's
gonna
what I'm
let?
saying. I'm starting to sense that. I'm starting to sense that you
Oh
know
man.
your wife has told you some things, and you decided that you know what. Every year, maybe I do a little better, or I think I do a little better. So
wait,
every time I elevate myself, so that's why the last one is always the best one. Is that what's
you,
happening?
are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, no. My
Yeah.
Lord, my Lord. No, the last one is the most memorable one because it's the one you remember.
Right.
Now,
It's
I mean, I can't tell you what happened
Age
last year.
Larry,
appropriate.
are you
Age appropriate.
the
Larry,
grade
I get it.
or
I
what?
get it. Look, I can't go but so far back. Okay.
Age appropriate. All
That's
I'm gonna
right.
say, age appropriate. I
In
get it.
Larry's
There's no
defense,
need to go but so far back.
in
Okay.
Larry's
That's right.
defense, you're asking him to remember like 60 Valentine's days. Okay.
75
Oh, I'm
actually.
sorry. I didn't realize you were giving out Valentines at 2 and 3 and 4 and 5
Yes.
years old, but I
Yeah,
forgot they used to do that in school.
we had to write it out ourselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We
Right. He
stamped
gave
them
it
little
to your
candy
mama and
hearts
your
and
grandmama.
Oh, those candy hearts are the worst. Those things are so terrible. The little candy hearts.
Mm, they
yeah,
It
nasty. They
tastes like
taste like
chalk.
chalk.
Right. Yeah.
Right there in
and
the
they,
synchronous.
and they still got them.
It's
They chalk.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd rather have
With
a
the
sweet tart.
little messages.
I'd rather have a sweet tart or a
what
Well,
Hershey
was
I,
the
bar.
I was
thing?
glad when they got the sweet tart ones. Right.
Yes.
What was the thing the we used to I don't know if everybody used to do it in elementary school. I think Tequila, you're the closest to my age. What was the thing where you would write like who you want to be with, how many kids you want to have and all that and you'd
Oh,
make
the
Oh
message
yeah,
box,
you
the
make the
what
message
was
little
it?
thing.
Yeah, what was
Oh,
it called?
I can't remember
I
what they're
forget
called,
the
but I know what
name
you're
of
talking
it.
about. Pick one.
Yeah,
right.
One, two,
Yeah,
three, four. I
exactly.
pick.
And you would read.
yeah,
I
we
know
Yeah.
what
used
you're
to
talking
do
about.
those on MASH.
Something like that. It sounds
Yeah,
about right.
we used mansion, apartment, shack, or house. Oh, I thought you were telling me the name of the thing. No, that is not the name.
Oh
It has
my god.
one. Oh my god.
It's okay. It's okay. But I do know what you're talking about.
The little,
Get in
yeah,
the room.
it was like a little cube that
Yeah.
you
Or
opened up
origami
and
something. I don't
right,
know.
Oh, there it
origami,
is.
whatever.
Origami. There
You
Right,
it
like
is. You
origami?
said it. Yes.
right.
Yes, you said it. It is not origami, Larry. That's not something that's in the Kama Sutra. Okay, so don't look like.
oh. Well, then what's the point?
Hey, it all could happen on Valentine's Day, right?
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
that is the day of love, right?
If that's correct, just make it work for us, right?
Well, hey, have their some people have their written stamped or procedures for Valentine's Day. These
Correct.
are the
Some people
times
do
we're
the
doing
exact
this
same
and
thing.
this and this and this,
Right.
and that's the way
Well,
it's going to happen.
you don't want to change things up too much from year to year because then, it's
Why not?
I get confused.
Oh my God. Well, they didn't make Valentine's Day just for you, Larry.
Oh, they come on now.
You switch up the lingerie, you switch up the bedding, you switch up the,
Larry, you
you
switch
know.
up your
I'm just
lingerie?
saying, maybe that's what you can do to switch it up.
Well, I told you about my Kim Kardashian picture, didn't I?
Yeah, but if I could get you in some red cowboy boots with a black lace or assless chaps,
With a cowboy hat. Yeah.
I well, no, I'm not even going there now.
Yeah, we don't want to get you in trouble on Facebook and TikTok.
No, 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 no.
no,
I
no,
could
don't do that. Don't do that.
probably get us
Holden,
thrown off here.
did anybody have I want to say an embarrassing Valentine's Day moment? I had
Mm.
one. I know I've had one. It was in high school. I really liked this girl and I wanted to talk to her. She paid no attention to me the entire year. Never talked to me. I'd say hi walking by. She wouldn't say anything. So one day I'm in the cafeteria and I'm eating because, back then school food was good. And
Right.
she came and sat next to me and she said, "Hey, Keone." And I turned and I said, "Hi." And in slow motion, a piece of corn flew out of my mouth and landed on her arm and she looked right at it.
No.
Oh.
I could have literally died. I just got up and walked away.
Mm, mm, mm.
Did
Oh,
you guys ever hook up?
I said high school.
What the? Okay.
You can still hook up. He said you still can hook up in high school.
What do you mean by hook up? Are you trying to
Uh,
ask me, did I hit it, Larry? Is that what you're asking me?
did you
no,
ever
no,
have
no,
a
no, no,
date?
no.
Oh,
I
because
would not do.
that's what hooking up means now.
No, no.
Huh?
What
Did
did
you
you
No,
have a
ever do?
date? Is what his.
Yeah.
Did you
no,
ever
Did
she
do a
you?
ended,
girl?
she ended up dating a friend of mine the next week that didn't spit corn on her.
Ah,
Well,
I can say that I have. You know how you don't know if that person if you're gonna have a date or not. So you plan for multiple dates just in case somebody doesn't show up, and then they all showed up, and you're like, "What do
That's like
you
a
do
TV
now?"
show episode. That happened to you, or you're saying
Yes.
if that? Ooh.
I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and plan it out just in case, and they don't do this, they don't do that. So I'll just plan. And I was like, oh snap, they all actually showed up.
Mm.
That's
Take,
not good.
mm. So now you got to pick: do I want the dependable one, the better looking one, or the one with the most money?
Right.
all
Who
three
do you choose?
or all three.
Who do you roll
That's
with?
true. Hey, you throw a sword in the floor and say fight. No, I'm just kidding. You have one buy you the appetizer, one buy you dinner, and one buy you dessert.
I said, you know what? I forgot I had something to do. Let's meet again in an hour or this hour. And then you just have dates all through the night.
Oh, is that what you did?
Uh-huh.
Uh,
I was like, dang it, I forgot. Can you come back at
do your children know that story?
no, but they will
Oh,
now if they listen. Well, my daughter, hey, she's like me. She a player like, honey. I said, yes, she is definitely her mama's child. It's so
mm.
sad, but you get it from your mama.
He said it's so sad.
It's so sad. I hate that I did that to her. She's like, Mama, these hearts be broken, and I don't know what to do.
It's so sad.
Like, it's so,
Just Tila, that's just tragic.
it is. I have created something that I didn't realize. My
Oh,
baby.
I remember.
And just so she come talk to mama, and the mama got to tell her, like, so this is how you handle it, baby.
Right. And then it's like, and she's off again. Right.
Here we go. It is what it is.
Oh,
Now, what I did notice about all the stories that went around is that none of the fellas had stories about what someone did for them. It was about what they did for somebody else. So, ladies, we need to step up our game. If you ain't doing things for your men on Valentine's Day, it's not all about you, honey. Let's reciprocate. Okay.
Yeah, that could be anniversaries too. Well,
Absolutely.
it depends on what you're used to. Like for instance, it's not a complaint for me. What am I? I'm 44, and I can literally say since being a teenager, probably Valentine's Day has been more about the other person.
Mm,
mm.
okay.
well, see, I think Valentine's Day and anniversaries are for the women.
Well, it shouldn't be. It should be for both of you,
Well,
really.
no, I think that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, you want to get your wife or your girlfriend something nice for Valentine's Day or do something nice. Like I said, over the years, I've just kind of gotten the point where it's card and flowers. But anniversary is a different story. You want those to be bigger and better every year.
Right, right. And most
But
of the time
you
people think, oh, all they want to do is hit it anyway. As long as they get it, they good. They single like that.
well, there is that too. You know, but still, you just you take care of your wife, and that's the one day that you want it to be special.
That's the one time a year where you're supposed to ignore your side pieces and be intimate with the person you're married with.
No,
That's
that's
right.
yeah. And that's
Yeah.
the one day that the things that you wouldn't do all year long, now you got to do
You have
something
an
above
opportunity to
average.
do it.
What'd you say, Lynn?
You have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to do it. If you
Yeah,
know,
the stuff that I asked you for all year. Can I get it now?
I don't know. See, you're doing that thing where you're saying it, but you're not saying it. So I'm gonna just,
You gonna just say it?
no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna allow the people who know what she's talking about to know what she's talking about, and the ones who don't, their friends who don't do know will tell them. Uh,
Yes.
you know,
So
I'm not.
everything that your man has asked you for all year long, you did not provide them. They are looking forward to that on Valentine's
I
Day.
have
That's
no idea what you're talking about. You know,
he already
no
stopped.
idea, not at all. Don't know what you mean.
I don't know either. I had a funniest idea. Oh
I know a
Lord,
lot of couples like that. That's why I put it out there
That's
because
just sad. You know what? I'll tell you
that's
this.
just
If she's
sad.
not doing it for you, you might need to check your grooming and hygiene. That's all I'm saying.
possibility. Yes.
I had a friend. He said, my wife, she doesn't like to cuddle anymore. We don't even get intimate like during Valentine's Day or early in the morning. I said, well, here, I'm just gonna give you a couple pointers. Number one, either get laser surgery or cut all that hair off your back. That's number one. Number two, I know you don't want to get a pedicure because you're a manly man. That's I'm a man. I don't get. I said, but those talons on your
Right,
feet
right.
are kill will kill her. I guarantee you. Do that, and it's okay to trim everything up.
Yes,
It's
grooming is
okay.
nice.
So he said, okay, we'll see. So he actually went with me and got a pedicure, cut all that little hair off the back, trim that up a little bit. Guess what? Let me
Mm-mm.
guess. Yeah, after we got finished, she cuddled all night. I'm like, yeah, you weren't cutting her ankles with your
Right,
tongue.
right.
Some men they get married and they just we talk about women that let themselves go, and usually I hate when they say that. It's usually directed towards a woman who's had several kids by you. But there's a lot of men here who get married and they just, well, I'm married now, and they just, I don't know, I don't remember what comedian said. She said, men break down like old trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Was
keep
that
taking care
Samora
of yourself.
or
If you
Adele? Was it Samora or Adele? Sound like one of
I
them.
can't remember, but it's like we forget we're animals. We're still attracted by this, even though we love everything inside of you.
Hmm.
We're still attracted with these. So keep yourself together.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Love it.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I agree. Grooming is key.
Yes.
Please handle that all around and down. Okay. All right.
Holden said, "No, there's a jungle down here."
Holden is sitting back like
I'm messing with it because Holden's just like
he's like
he's just
Holden.
chilling.
Holden looks like. So this is where we are, huh?
This is where we are. If you're looking for something special on Valentine's Day,
Holden
you better get it
sometimes
together.
looks like he's watching a show. And I'm like, Holden, you're in
You're
there.
a part of it.
Right, right.
He's like, I got an acting career I'm working on. I just been on a couple TV shows. I don't want to ruin it by saying something,
No,
but you knuckleheads. Like
no,
last time when we did the one where me and Larry were going back and forth, Holden was like, look at his career was flashing before his eyes. He was like,
no.
yeah,
I was getting lost at some time to time, but no. I think I think it's different for every person, because some women do like hair, some women don't like hair. Some people like being bald, some people don't like being bald. Some people like
A little bit.
no stuff down low. No, some people like a lot of stuff down low, like it's the '70s, honestly. So really, I feel like when it really just depends on who you get and what their preferences are.
Right. You gotta listen.
But I think, yeah, if like if your significant other tells you like I don't like this, maybe follow that. Don't try to say, all right, I'll get around like this, like a test or something. I'll try to find a cheat code and something to get around it.
not the cheat code. I'm not saying you can't be hairy, but trim it up a little. Listen, they say when you're married and the intimacy is gone, it's not always because they're not attracted to you, but
Right.
maybe you need to change up something you do, or don't get into a stale marriage where everything you do throughout the week is plannable. I hate the whole, hey, it's when I was married, we're eating out Thursday and Thursdays only.
Everything's on a schedule.
Wednesdays for
Right.
intimacy, because that stuff gets old and
Yeah.
boring and it gets routine. And I keep forgetting the female comedians is when it comes to intimacy. She said, "No, it was Kevin Hart." He said, "Fellas, if your lady get in the position before you put her there, you need to switch up your routine."
Most
Wow.
definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Woo,
I agree. I
okay.
agree. So let's
All
talk
right.
about this year. I know, like I said, Larry's the only one that's coupled up. But did anyone do anything this year for Valentine's Day?
Well, I was about to say
I'm so used to you
Valentine's
calling names. I'm sorry.
That's
Oh,
okay.
Marty.
Go ahead, Lynn.
Valentine's Day for me for years, I don't even remember when it's not been, has always been about sharing and reflecting on love with my family. So it happens that I have a godchild who was born on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
And that's one of the reasons I went to Houston. So I could, for the first time in her life, have a chance to visit her,
Oh,
see her children, share her birthday with her, and then while there, also be with her mother, who's my best friend since we were 5.
that's the
So,
sweetest
you know,
Valentine's Day. A
that
bundle
was
of
my
joy.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, there's nothing better than a bundle of joy on Valentine's Day.
A
That is
bunch
a
of bundles of
as
joy.
long as it's
yes.
joy,
Love it. What you say, Keone?
long as it's joy.
Long as it's joy.
Yep, it was
Some
all,
bundles ain't joy.
yep, no, it was all joy.
Love it. Larry, what did you do this year? Anything?
Card and flowers.
Cards and flowers. That's it.
Yep,
No, after a while, you do kind of, taper off some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, no, we're both retired. If we want to go out to dinner, we go out to dinner. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day.
Right.
Uh, if I want to, buy her something, I do that.
Got it.
And like I said, I don't have to have a special day for it, but I do make sure that she always has a card and flowers or something on Valentine's Day.
Love
Just so don't forget it. I do tend to forget other things.
it. But not that one.
No, I got to tell you, there one year I used to do DJing. I had my own
Okay.
business, and
Like a
somebody
rhinestone cowboy. Oh, my bad.
uh, no, somebody asked me about doing a gig one night, and I said, yeah, no, I've got nothing going on, so sure. So I went ahead and set that up, and it turns out it was my anniversary. Yeah,
Ooh. So did you
but
take her with you?
I invited her.
Hey, I got a surprise for you. Why don't you come with me? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She was not happy, and I still hear about it, and that was
uh,
20 years ago.
oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Holden, what about you? Did you do anything special for Valentine's Day, even though you don't have a sweetheart, or possibly? Oh, Keone said, "Did you play NWA, Larry, at the party?"
Did I play what?
NWA.
NWA.
Did you play that group? Do you know what that is?
Especially the song after Popo.
I don't have a clue what that is.
Let's move on.
It's called Nice People with Attitude.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
I can't.
We're gonna leave that alone. All right, Holden. Did you do anything special, even though you might not have a special
Well,
Valentine this
wait,
year?
we can't leave that alone.
No, Larry. Yeah, I'll tell you after the show's over.
Oh, mm.
So is somebody going to tell me what that is or what?
It was a rap group. They were
I'm
called
gonna have to.
A
they were
rap
What?
group
called
called NWA.
NWA.
In Words with Attitudes.
A rap group?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, rap, as in
Wow.
RAP,
Uh,
right.
yeah, back when I was doing this stuff, there was no rap.
Christ.
Mm.
God.
Got it. All
Uh,
right, Holden. We definitely on you. We
and
moving.
disco sucked, so it was kind of
Oh
limited.
my God. Yes, move on, please.
Um, for this Valentine's Day, I worked for a little bit, and then I went. I was
That was
back
my
home.
fault. I'm sorry you had to. You gonna throw me under the bus? I worked for Valentine's Day. You gonna throw me on the bus because I put you on the schedule?
No, 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 no. I'm not. I'm not. No, not for that. I worked like a
Oh,
TV show and stuff. No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not throwing you on the bus. No, I worked and I spent.
You
My
made me
mom.
work, y'all. I'm just joking.
My
Go ahead.
mom went to a show with our next door neighbor, who I grew up with her kids and stuff. They went to the show and stuff, so I spent the night with my dad. We got dinner and stuff at our favorite restaurant and stuff. And then when my mom came home, we had like a special dessert with everyone um, that we got from Sweet Cakes, which is down in Port Washington area. Very good sweets and stuff. Definitely recommend their cupcakes and their cakes and stuff. Definitely very good.
Awesome. So, what kind of sweet cakes did you have?
I had their so they do a for anybody go watches Ted Lasso, the little sweet treats that he gives to his boss. They make a equivalent for it called the Ted Lasso bar. I got one of those with a brownie with frosting on it that was like red and stuff that said Happy Valentine.
Mm, that sounds pretty good. And you said you
Yep.
had wine as well?
No, no wine. I
No
haven't
wine?
drank in like I want to say 2 years really anything hard. Like I do like a wine or things like an occasional things, but I haven't like drank liquor hard like really.
Okay, okay.
no, he's not recovering. People, stop clapping.
Yeah.
So silly. All right. All right. Keone, what did you do?
I'm gonna do like Lynn, and you said what'd you do for this Valentine's Day, and she talked about the history. So I'm gonna do like her. No, but I'm gonna steal a page from Lynn. The last three Valentine's Day were actually good because the three Valentine's days ago, I think that was like my first time getting something special for Valentine's Day in like a while. So that was really cool. And then last year was cool because I surprised someone who had no idea that, and I didn't even like the person. So it wasn't like a Valentine's Day where I liked the person or wanted the person. It was that the person was having like was in a moment in their life where they were depressed. They didn't have someone and all of that, and so I surprised them with a very very big Valentine's Day gift. I had to do a lot of disclaimers. No,
Mm.
I'm not doing this because I want you. I'm doing this because I'm your friend.
Oh.
So we had to do that. So they were very appreciative. And then this Valentine's Day, I didn't do anything big, but I did give something to someone who's really special to me. So that's it. That was the last 3 years.
Awesome. Love it. I worked.
You know what? People, listen, listen.
I worked because I
Somebody,
asked to work because I have nothing to do. So it's not on
right,
you.
right. So you just gonna caveat my Valentine's Day. Everybody else got to give their sweet Valentine's Day, and I'm talking about how my last this Valentine's Day, I gave something to somebody that's really close to me, and you're gonna follow that up with I had to work.
I worked because I wanted to work. I had nothing to do. It's at nighttime. I ain't got nobody to do nothing with because the things I want to do, I got to make sure they special. So
Well, you
you
do
could
have
lead up.
somebody to do something with. You just keep telling them it ain't theirs.
It ain't. No more.
It is what it is.
let's
Oh,
let's get into some of the see. Look, I ain't mess with you. Let's get into some of the bad and the ugly. Now, some
oh,
ugly things some people consider bad is people who break up right before Valentine's Day and then want to
oh,
hook back up after Valentine's Day.
oh.
So, what are some bad things that you can remember or you think Valentine's Day brings out in people?
Well, that one thing Larry was saying, Valentine's Day sometimes, depending on who you are, could be like Christmas, where you think you have to buy something that's out of your price range to um, impress the person that you want or that you love. Like you got to buy
Mhm.
something ridiculous, like way out of your. I mean, we've all bought something when we don't exactly have the funds to do it, but you don't go like overboard, right?
Right.
You don't buy. I bought some gifts. They weren't pricey, but I'm not going out and buying a $5,000 diamond watch. If you shouldn't be doing that, maxing out credit cards on
Right.
for
Right.
Valentine's Day gifts like you do for Christmas. Just it's just not a that can be an ugly thing. And then the flip side, like Lynn was saying, I think it was Lynn that was saying is also it's up to the other person not to put that kind of pressure to know it's to let them know it's okay.
Right.
Because when somebody does that, it's not always because they want to, it's because they don't want to disappoint you. And if they give you something and you feel inadequate about the gift, then they start to go bigger. I'm one of those people like this. If you get me a gift, I don't care if you got me a brand new pack of toothpicks. I'm just grateful you thought of me and got me something.
Right.
Right.
I never complain about a gift, even if it's a gift I can't use. I will find something, I will find a way to use it.
So Valentine's Day sometimes is a competition for people. It's a competitive sport almost.
Well,
Of
yeah, if
what you buy and who you
you
buy.
got five hoes, the hoes are trying to see what trying to get in your good graces.
No, that is gonna get the every last one of them gonna get the same thing. That's simple.
Yeah, but when the bad part comes when um people rely too much on the Valentine statements,
Hmm.
gifts, whatever, to use that as a thermometer for the relationship or
Mm.
for the love and the feelings. And when you don't get what you wanted, all of us, or somebody doesn't do anything, and you hold them up with, you just don't care, you just don't. And it's like, hold up, it's not, it's serious, but it's not that serious.
Right.
Yeah, you're saying like don't devalue like I my love for you is here and you want it to be here on Valentine's Day, which is unrealistic. It's wherever it is. You're saying don't devalue because I didn't do what you thought I should do that day. You know what? Like this for I say
Right.
this for Christmas and any holiday where where you're giving somebody something, take it out of the equation. Tell them what you want. For Valentine's Day, I'd really love to go and do this.
But then it goes back to if you can't afford to do that.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah.
talking about from the expectation of you being disappointed because somebody, if you're one of those people that get disappointed, like
Hmm.
say, hey, for Valentine's Day, I want to go to a steakhouse that we've never been to, like a good one. But you're telling them ahead of time
Hmm.
they can plan for, it, right? You say, hey, you
Right.
know what, Valentine's Day, I want to do this. I'm just saying it's an idea.
It is, and then you still have those people that's like, well, that's all you did. You just did what I told you to do. You didn't
Yeah,
think
but
about it
you
from
know
your
whose
heart. So
fault
it's
that
always a
is?
catch 22.
You know whose fault that is, though?
Whose fault is it?
I ain't worried about those people. You dated them. Like if
Right.
that happens, it's not the first time they've done that, right?
Right.
So
Right. That's
you're the
not
one that,
new.
yeah,
Right.
you're the
Right.
one that's been putting up with it. So
Hmm.
that's your fault. Not your fault, Tequila. You know what I mean?
Right. I know what you mean. I know what you
Right.
mean.
Right.
Because you have some people that you can tell them all day what you want, and they still not satisfied. That you get what you want, and you still not satisfied. Like it's you can't win. Can't
Nothing's gonna
win.
make that person happy,
Exactly. Exactly.
In
What
which
about you?
case, that might not be the relationship for you.
right?
Exactly.
Or don't judge me on what your last relationship used to do for you on
Right.
Ooh,
Or
Valentine's Day.
didn't do
that's a
or
good one.
whatever. Right.
You
Yeah, that's a
know,
good one. Yeah. What about you, Holden? Any bad stories, bad recollections of Valentine's Day, or
Yeah,
things
I
that you
do.
still take back?
Yeah, there was one that came to mind. So I did ask this girl to a date function when I was back. Um, we did a for a lacrosse team all the time for luckily Valentine's Day landed on a weekend, so we were doing like this major theme between two apartments, which was red. The house was like red of love, and then the White House of like, I don't know, it was like red and white. I think it was weird. It was a weird theme with it. And so I asked this girl to a date function. She never showed up, and I got a little too inebriated that night, and I woke up next to a girl that I didn't know the next morning. I tried guessing her name. I guessed three names. It wasn't right, so I walked out of the room
Okay
and
then.
walked home. Honestly, and did the walk of shame home. But
Wow.
honestly, I have no
Okay,
recollection.
hold in.
I don't remember much about the night, so I definitely will say drink in moderation, people.
Okay, so what made it?
And she's in the Hudson River now, because that's where all
No, oh my God,
that's
this
where
is not.
all Holden's
Look at this.
unsuccessful
What
dates
do you think?
go.
I'm like a monster?
Oh
Look
my
at this.
gosh. So did it make it bad because it was a memorable moment? So she, or the fact that you
No,
weren't with the
I
person
guess
you wanted to be with?
I don't know. Like I guess some people. I guess the the part that I was upset with, I asked this girl who I really liked to go with me, so it was upsetting to me that she didn't go. So that was, I guess, the bad thing. But yeah, I don't remember anything. I guess from the bad part to where it turned good. So yes, I don't know any of the good part. So yes, it was
Right.
a bad part. I
Right.
don't remember it.
Right. You don't remember it because most guys are like, oh wait, forget her. I got still got me some.
She
But the
said
fact
I
that you
told
don't
her.
remember it makes it worse.
No, the
Good.
bad part is she did tell me her name. I just don't remember it the next morning. So it's a typical guy thing.
Because she didn't do
Whoa!
nothing to make you
Whoa.
call her name. I'm sorry.
All right, sorry, not a
Wait a
typical
minute,
guy.
wait a minute. Hold up, hold up.
Just saying. That's what
My
makes it
sister,
bad.
my sister, my sister.
Hey, I try to make it
Okay,
fun.
all right.
All right, Larry.
So
You
this
have a.
girl, Samantha Grossman, that never mind.
Oh my gosh. All right, Larry. You got a story of Valentine's Day that wasn't so great.
No, actually, I mean, I don't. I've lived a very sheltered life, so I really don't. What is that, Keone? What was that? No, I don't have. I honestly don't have a bad memory about Valentine's Day. I really don't. I don't pay. A, well, I don't pay a great deal of attention to it. It's not a big thing for me, but I don't. I can't think of a bad one. So
Okay, that's
the
good.
short answer is I don't have one.
Okay, that's
Okay.
awesome. That's
I mean,
awesome. Well, the main thing is Valentine's Day is a day for people to do what they please, what they want, what they feel is right for them in their relationships or situationships or whatever they're in. So just remember, it's not one sided, right? If you're gonna do something for someone, they're doing something for you, whatever the case may be, just don't be selfish about it, right? Make it good for them as well,
Hmm.
right? All right.
yes.
Anybody else have any other stories bad? My big thing is just the fact that a lot of people give Valentine's Day a bad name because a lot of people do break up with people. They've been with people for a minute and they break up to either be with their side chick that we have heard mentioned a lot, or they just don't have the funds or don't know what to do for Valentine's Day. So just be careful when it comes to that because that could be an ugly thing. It's not too great of you.
If you're dating someone who's shitty, don't expect them to be less shitty on Valentine's Day.
That's a true statement. Now that's a true statement. All right. So tonight we're not gonna do final thoughts. We're just gonna give people some advice
She gonna say,
on what?
huh? I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, huh. We're gonna give advice on what you feel like people should do maybe next year to help their situations out. So instead of final thoughts, what do you feel like is a good thing to do on Valentine's Day? Larry, let's start with you.
Well, I think Valentine's Day is good for. Uh, well, if no, I'm kind of at a loss there. But my final thoughts are Valentine's Day is not a big deal. It's just basically another day of the week, and I try to acknowledge it, but I don't make a big thing out of it.
Okay. Okay. So Larry has no advice on what you should do next time, but he has final
I
thoughts.
was kind of confused on what was happening. I, I didn't know. I didn't know. Larry gets my goat.
It's okay. All right, Holden. What do
Hey,
you feel like maybe
I
people
went
use it?
blank there for a second. I mean,
It's
it's
all
What?
right.
You know what? Oh, I thought he said something else. I was
That's
like,
all
hold
right.
on,
no,
hold
All
on.
right,
no,
Holden.
no, no.
Give some advice on what people could do possibly next year on Valentine's Day.
Next year, every kiss begins with K. Go to your local K jeweler for your significant
They're
other.
sponsoring this episode.
Yeah, that's an extra $15 right there in the pockets, right there.
Every kiss begins with
I don't
K.
know. I guess if you are a good person with the chef in the kitchen, definitely make a nice meal for your significant other. If you do have money, definitely splurge a little bit in a reasonable range, so you don't have to feel uncomfortable the next couple days or the next couple weeks. Um, um, but enjoy the person that you're spending your time with always. Make sure you're always doing something that, whether it's small or extravagant, just do something for them because you definitely want to make sure they are the most special person in the world and that they see that.
Awesome. Lynn, that was good. Thanks for that holding. All right, Lynn, give them some advice. What should or could they do next year for Valentine's Day to make it better?
Well, I think you've already heard me say that Valentine's Day for me is a larger um, space, is in a larger space. If in fact the commercialism is there, and if it is all about loving, it's not about just loving your significant other, partner, mate. It's love. And I'm one of those people, especially when we get to different stages in our lives, that recognize everybody needs love, and it's not just, don't forget about the people that aren't your significant other that you love. Don't forget about the people, those of us that are by ourselves, that need to know their love. So my thing is, use it as a day to share the love for all, and not, I mean, that does not mean minimize your significant other opportunity by any means, but I think that the more we look at it as something bigger than ourselves, the better we are.
Okay. All right, Keone, what advice you throw out there that people can do next year for Valentine's Day?
I'm gonna give advice you can do for every year, uh, starting with next year. If you're not married or in a relationship with somebody, it's one or two things that you can do. One is I'm all for the self love, treating yourself to do something on Valentine's Day or buying something for yourself. You can do that all year, but if you want to do it on that day for specially, but we're not always dating somebody, so um, I always find the person in the moment that is the closest to my heart, and that's who you can do something for. Whether that's someone that you like, someone you're in love with, whether that's a sister, a brother, mom, dad, whoever at the moment, doesn't have to be the same person every year, but just find someone who you want to make that day happy and make it happy for them, but then you can also make it happy for yourself. So that's my only thing for people who are outside of relationships. If you're in a relationship, it shouldn't be that complicated. If it's that complicated, then why?
Right, right.
Why are you looking at me like that, Larry?
What? No, I'm agreeing with you. I think you're right. Oh,
Well,
That's twice tonight. Yes.
we're
Okay.
going through.
three times
See?
I've agreed with you tonight. Three.
Look at
That's
Yeah,
that.
right. That's true.
yeah, because I
Okay.
haven't spit. You only disagree with me when I bring facts. I've been given a lot of
Oh my.
opinions today.
Oh, don't give me the
Oh,
facts.
wow.
Oh
Well, my
Lord,
advice to
you've
everyone when
been
it
reading
comes
the
to
wrong
Valentine's
facts.
Day next year, whenever, just do from the heart. Do from the heart. Take care of you, take care of them. And if you're doing what you're supposed to do all year long, you don't even have to worry about it. That's what I feel like you should do. Advice is just be you all year round and be nice to the person you're with or the person that's closest to you. So that's tonight's episode of My Perspective Friday. Please like, subscribe, and comment with some advice for next year for our following in the audience. And we will see you next time. Have a good one.
Hold it, I love you.